June 11th, 2:14 p.m. 2024. Okay, points to get into here before I start the actual video. This will be my business plot. The business plot, part 2, the Fascist Grab. That is what this video is and will be about. Now, I've got to get into my first attempt at doing this video. I edited it 3 or 4 times, and what happens is I get affected when I do the videos. Every single one. I look normal for people, but in reality, there's a barrage of, think of it like cyber attacks. That's a good way of looking at it. I'm being constantly bombarded and having to fight it off and fight through it to even communicate. Problem is they're hijacking me, my emotional states, and shoving in technology thoughts and spiking the videos. These are literally technology special effects. And this is done for convincing people of a profile I don't have. So I went and I put this video up, but I have it unlisted, I had it on private, and both. And I'm like, there's something wrong with the video. And I knew this because every time I would go to edit the video, I'm like, I've got to remove certain pieces out. This is where they affected me in video. I make mental notes when they do it. And then when I go to edit it, I know what I'm looking for. You get it? But then what they do is they shove in these technology viewpoints and emotional states. They shove it in all over again. This is done with my energy print. It feels like me. I feel them doing this. You know this. And then they shove in a feeling like, well, it's a good idea to leave it in. Yet every single time I'm like, well, that's technology. It's a bad idea to be leaving it in. If I'm going to leave it in, I've got to at least point it out. But the problem is that video was affected so heavily, it's worthless to post unless I can edit it one more time. So what they've done is they've hijacked my video editor. My comments for the videos and for certain parts of the videos get moved all around. I had a video clip of Bill Gates where he's salivating when he starts speaking about Ebola. They just made it totally disappear off my tablet. And I had specifically prepared it for putting in video. There's no mistake on my end, you get it? So I'm being attacked very heavily, and my tablet, my video editor is totally hijacked. My tablet itself is totally hijacked right now. Shit is not working. They are doing it. There's nothing to cause this. This is about them throwing a temper tantrum and buying time for themselves. So I tried doing this video, the business plot, let's call it part 2, and all they did was hijack me throughout the video. And it was a mix of the business plot and me with the alternative media here. Really, that should be 2 separate videos. That's where I was when I started the video, and instead I just got hijacked. This is the point. This is the problem I have. So I did not send it off to anybody, I hope, because that's one more they'll do. I'll post something and then I'll wait, because I know there's something wrong with it, and I'll keep looking at it, and I'm like, I know I'm being affected. There's something wrong with this. It's off. Even though they affect me, I know it's off. There's something wrong with it. But sometimes they'll affect me into sending off a bad video where I've been affected heavily. Now, the points I want to get into is clearly they're selling I'm playing a victim. Man, that is balls to the walls false. Actually, I am all about self-empowerment. What you see me trying to do here is accomplish things with my life. In order for that to happen, based on the circumstances, I have to have the help of others. Everything goes through, everything on my end goes through a government server first. They have total control of my tablets and all of my electronics. If I set up a website, they will make sure it exists on a government's. It's going to be shadow banned. You get it? That is how that will be. I've put flyers up downtown and at the public library and stuff, and their people are taking these down in less than 24 hours. The only way I can get my voice out is with the help of someone from alternative media. That said, I am not unrealistic. I see people are tricked. They are buying the technology effects, which is all about selling a profile I don't even have. The real circumstances here are that they are selling to everybody I'm getting myself held in the stalking. Now, what they are doing is misusing technology on the last day of stalking, holding me in and passing it off as mine. That is exactly what is happening. The next point is German agents are going along with this, so that they are literally going along with my being deliberately held in gang stalking German agents. So that tells me that they have not cleaned up my profile here. I've just spent the last few years cleaning up their mistakes while they attack me heavily while I try and point out their mistakes. In other words, they could have just let me speak, and I could have been finished ages ago. But they've gone along with my being attacked and affected while I try and give them the real information in regards to their mistakes. They're balls to the walls incompetent. Then they get all this information years later and they go, well, you must be making it up. That's fucking impossible. The point is, how I am is how I've been for the last 22 years. In fact, I've only improved and grown more the entire step and way here. How I am now is totally different from 2002. How I am now is totally different from 10 years ago. That's the amount of growth that I've had here. Getting back, they're bumping out a point, but I want to get back to an earlier point here, which they are now bumping out. And they do this because I'm pointing out their special effects here. So it looks to me like they're claiming I'm a victim and I don't get it. No, what I am angry about is that I get what you believe and how you believe it. The problem is it's special effects. It's this technology being misused for reinforcing lies in a fake profile, which I don't even have. That is what I am angry about. The next point is these agents quite literally view everybody from alternative media as targets. The entire point of the business plot here, as I call it, it's about a fascist grab here. There are elements which is blatantly obvious, and I pointed it out throughout the video. The problem is they're affecting my video editor. In that finished produced video, I can't even find it on my video editor. It's not there in the file. In my gallery on my tablet, it's there in the file, but at my video editor, it's not. It's these agents. So I literally cannot edit the fucking thing. So I'm like, well, fuck you all. I've spent hours upon hours cleaning it up because you affect me when I go to edit it in the first place. So I'm just going to do the video again. But the point is, based on how they affect me, I can see the lies they are selling. And there's no truth to what they are selling. They're selling, no doubt. Because I'm saying here to alternative media, you're going to end up in my shoes. Quite literally. Agents get this shit. If it plays out this way, you literally will end up in my shoes, and agents and agencies get this. Most of you. The point is, the thing that separates you from me in regards to agents and agencies, you're labeled one of the top conspiracy theorists. You are a high-profile target. That is bare basic agency realities here. So you do not get yourself on the playing board here with agents and agencies. They view you the same way they view me. They're just not telling you. And so the point is, in these videos, I'm saying you yourselves will end up paying a price if you don't help me get my voice out and my messages out, because you will. One of the key messages is the elite plan on eliminating the alternative media. What the fuck do you think an AI censorship system for the internet is about? None of you will exist. You're going to have no protection. You're going to have no voice, just like me. You go, well, I've got some money saved up. I can get a lawyer. Good luck. That's not realistic. They've got more money than you. You literally will have no protection, are labeled a high-profile target, and you will end up like me. You qualify for the program of gang stalking. That program is not for bad guys, it's for good guys. That is the entire fucking point. My point is, clearly they're selling it as, well, he's angry and frustrated, he doesn't get himself, he's out to lunch in regards to himself. No, that's you believing the lies about my profile. And, take a look at him here. And clearly he wants to believe that you will suffer like him. And what a pathetic, this is like calling David Icke a Jew hater. But they're selling this. The most important point is people are believing it. And misery loves company, and none of that's true. Actually, if you analyze the goddamn basic realities here, what I'm stating is actually real and true. You're in denial about what is coming up here. They plan on eliminating alternative media and targeting very many of them, most of them. Most are going to end up dealing with gang stalking. That's not me wanting to believe it. That is me telling you that you are fucking up. And in regards to the sake of your own ass, that is what I've been trying to explain. And this, I believe, is how they are lying about it. You can't analyze basic realities and figure out I'm telling the truth. You rather believe such a absurd lie about my psychology? There's something wrong with you on that one, if that is what they sold you and that is what you are believing. You could analyze basic realities and figured out my psychology here has nothing to do with what they're selling. Then they tried making me angry at one person in particular from the alternative media. And I said to these agents, I'm not even angry at them. What the fuck's the matter with you? You do this shit. You think, well, we can do it, and everybody believes the technology effect, but on my end, it's stupid as shit. It stands out in neon. I was like, well, yeah, how do you think that one works? I get 10 seconds of getting to be normal, and I'm just going to blow you out of the water on that. It makes no sense for me to single out one person from alternative media and to be angry at them. The reality is that individual's going to find out the truth down the road here anyhow. If you do not, my point is, people from alternative media do not get agents and agencies and the agency side of shit here. I'm the closest thing you got to interviewing in regards to a government agent. That's the truth of it. I get the agency side of shit. My point is, you do not, and you don't understand. They actually plan on putting many of you into gang stalking. Many of you will be dealing with this technology, because this technology is reserved, first dibs is for high-profile targets. That is what everybody in alternative media is labeled here. It's bare basic agency realities here. And you people don't even get it. This is simple dum-dum shit from the agency side of things here. You all are oblivious to your fate here. You get it? But this idea that I would be angry at this particular individual is absurd. I literally sent him a message. I said I would be going south of the equator. Get out of your country. Ideally, get citizenship somewhere else. You've got it good. You've got an opportunity to get out of this shit. I'd be living a quiet life. What I want to do with my life has got nothing to do with agents and agencies and the elite here. No, I'm going to step out from the entire drama and write comedy romance and screenplays and work on my drawings and spiritual books and comedy romance books. I got my life planned all ahead here. And my circumstances are that I'm literally being held in and they're lying about it. When those are the circumstances, then this is my only option. I've got to get interviews, and I've got to get my books out, and I've got to get out of the country. The point is, you can see for the last few years, I've been explaining my psychology to German agents, and they just threw everything in the garbage. They're so arrogant. Their attitude has been, well, we couldn't have made mistakes. Yet their mistakes stand out for what they are. They are still doing this. They're hitting me up with computer programs based on what they think instead of how I actually am. They're just reading their shit into everything and affecting me into fitting what they believe. It's balls to the walls incompetent. The entire point is they've done this shit for 22 years. When that is the case, take a look at what they're selling about my profile. It's total bullshit. I've sought peaceful resolutions, and the reality is they've been stabbing me in the back and fucking me beyond your wildest imagination. I've been tortured off the planet and had loved ones killed here by agents and agencies. Hello? If you get that German agents still believe the shit they've believed for 22 years, and I am going public now, you understand they've got me on a kill list. Hello? You do not understand, agent. This is bare basic agent and agency shit I am explaining to you, and none of you get it. They are misportraying my psychology. That is why I said in this one video, which I can't even edit, I said, there's nothing wrong with my performance and the job I can do here in regards to interviews and stuff. The only reason why my books are messy has to do with agents and technology. It's got nothing to do with my writing skills. That's one more point. But the point is, there's nothing wrong with the job I can do, but there is something wrong with the perceptions of people out here. Because you are allowing to be yourselves to be tricked by agents and agencies in regards to interviewing me. And furthermore, it's for the benefit of everybody from the alternative media, never mind the public. If you take a look at my life here, it's like God has written this. This is the one book I did not want to do. Yet I've been forced into doing it. And I see God's hand in this. You know, in no small part, it's because of the ignorance of people from agencies here. They're arrogant and they are ignorant. It would blow people's minds if you understood how balls to the walls, arrogant and incompetent they are here. But getting back to the point with this one person here, just absolutely absurd. I'd be angry at him. They affected me, had me angry at him. And I left it in because I was like, well, I am angry with alternative media, you know. I could be, is the point, you know. It doesn't accomplish anything. My anger for agents and agencies here, that's different. I make it work for me. I become more productive. You get it? That is how I handle my anger. But I don't do videos and then just unleash it on everybody. But that is what everybody from alternative media currently believes. This is why they'll have people watching my videos, and then I'm clueless about it. The reason why is I'll be doing videos for German agents. They'll still be affecting me in the videos. And I'm like, well, that's Jürgen Zambiata's problem. You are quite literally going along with them affecting me in videos for you, and as a result, you are not getting the information as you should be getting it. As a result, it's taking you months longer to find out the truth, years longer, weeks longer, as a result of you going along with it. That's how that one works. You're a couple of idiots, and that in and of itself is one example. But they've been going along with it. Eventually, I reached this point. I'm like, why the fuck are they affecting me so heavily in videos for German agents? And I realized, well, it must be they've got people watching. Now, the point is, I don't point out all sorts of technology effects for Jürgen Zambiata. That is their fucking problem. They've gone along with it, and they are allowing themselves to be deceived and tricked as a result. So, quite frankly, they are a waste of time. I've given them more than enough. They've got no excuse for not being awake at this point. That is why I am done with them. Now, I'm putting my focus on alternative media. The point is, I didn't point out all sorts of stuff in regards to my being affected. And while that was going on, and I'm putting these videos up for German agents, they're saying, well, take a look at this. And in regards to those videos, it's a combination of my being angry at Jürgen and Beata for real, legitimate reasons. But then they're also hijacking me with technology anger all of the time. I had a couple of videos like this one I just did. I couldn't even post them. So I put them up at the channel, and I was like, these are all fucked up, same thing. Couldn't even post them. I haven't even looked at them since then. Hello? Point is, I am not a victim here. I've got no time for being a victim. I've got shit to do, and I know how to get things accomplished here, and I require help from the alternative media. That's a statement of fact. If you understand how shut down I am here, then you understand that. If you take a look at just a few of the points I've brought up here, then maybe you can start to understand they are selling absurd lies about my psychology. They're deliberately portraying me as a flake and living a lie about myself. Actually, what they've done is they've reversed all sorts of things with you all. And then what they do is they affect me with technology for supporting what they've sold. You get it? Just ask yourself. They're guilty as shit. They know it and I know it. Just ask yourself, what would criminals with this technology do to avoid being caught with alternative media? That is what they are worried about. That is on them. They have been stabbing me in the back and doing everything under the sun, which is wrong here. They've just been totally fucking me beyond your wildest imagination. Heavy torture and killing. While everybody is out to lunch and believing this cartoon about my psychology. Those mistakes are going to cost you if people do not wake up to the reality of the circumstances. So let's get to the business plot. The business plot part 2, the fascist grab. This is what is coming. So let's take a look at COVID at the beginning, and some videos were smuggled out. All the Chinese were being rounded up and taken to COVID camps. And I saw a couple of videos of just these enormous piles of phones. Thousands upon thousands. For some reason, they were having the people leave their phones in a pile. Clearly, they were never getting their phones back. And it reminded me of Nazi Germany with the piles of suitcases and shoes and stuff. You get it? And my thinking was, well, they're taking a lot of people who they think are dissidents and rounding them up and taking them to camps where they're going to be killed. Yeah, they're never going to be seen again. And I was like, well, I bet they just did this in front of the world and got away with it. Nobody even noticed. And that's what I would bet money on, simply based on how the Chinese are. They purged a part of their population, and nobody even knows about it. That is what I'm betting on. Why do I bring it up? I'll tell you why. Because it looks like we may have a situation like that ourselves with the next deadly pandemic here. And it may be they grab the non-vaxxers, take them to these prison camps where, of course, there will be outbreaks of Ebola or something. So a lot of people will be killed off, and it'll be lied about. And the thing is, they'll get away with it because there will be no alternative media. There will have been cyber attacks, no doubt. And the only thing you will be able to get is propaganda TV. You got that one? There will be no alternative media. They made an example of Julian Assange to communicate to alternative media what will happen to you down the road here. You are now right there at that doorway. You are about to find out. It's amazing. You all totally don't get the playing field here in regards to yourselves and how the elite view you. The reality is, I would not be doing this book in interviews. This is the worst time to be doing it if it weren't for my actual circumstances. Yes, my circumstances are real and true. They're holding me in, and German agents are going along with it because they never cleaned the profiling up. So, balls to the walls, amazing. If I am interviewed, interviews will prove that everybody has been incompetent. This is one of the key reasons why the FBI does not want me getting interviews. Everything centers around that. They're lying through their teeth to everybody from alternative media. Yes, that is what I am telling you. That is exactly what I am telling you. Furthermore, I am telling you that this bullshit about stalking here is a goddamn lie. It's a virtual reality spin machine for everybody else. If you focus on bare basic realities and facts here, they've got no business doing it. It's gone on for 30 years, more than $60 million. Next point is, I am telling the truth, and they have everything to worry about. I was the one that wanted to take the FBI to court last year. They shut that down. Now, I am not taking them to court, but I want to get interviews done, get out of the country. I'm never coming back to the country. As I'm getting to, this country is there's about to be civil war. There's going to be a fascist grab. If you understand that, there's not going to be much left to America here. God is passing judgment on America here, and I believe next year America will be attacked if Trump doesn't win here. Trump not winning is the sign that evil will flourish, evil is won, and it's all going to go downhill from there. If Trump does not win, it's game over for everybody else. When that is the case, God will put his foot down, and that'll happen next year. All the way around, there is going to be no more America. I look at prophecies and stuff, and you can see it plain as day. I understand God and God's laws, and by God's laws, judgment is coming to America. If you understand all these corrupt players here, you understand they are going to make sure that Trump does not win. The intelligent ones who are considering the possibilities are the ones who are looking at getting out of the country now, just in case Trump does win. You get it? But most of them are confident in their plans, and they are going to steal any election from Trump. Perfect world, they would kill him and dump it on patriots, and then grab all of the patriots, everybody on the no-fly list, and lock them up in the, quote, FEMA camps. This is what those camps have always been for. It's been for the fascist grab. So my point is, imagine a deadly outbreak here and the possibilities. Trump is arrogant as shit. He's egotistical as shit about his vaccine. And even if he were elected, it's a weak point with Trump. What if there were a deadly outbreak of Ebola? He might, who knows? He's got people whispering in his ear, good job with the vaccine. He's totally clueless. So, can you imagine somebody doing that? A deadly outbreak of Ebola? We've got to do forced vaccinations, Mr. Trump. So then he'd be rounding up all of the patriots and putting them in camps. And the reality is, everybody in this corrupt system's just going to be getting away with murder, literally, while he's clueless. It'll be civil war. That's one possibility. The other possibility, when they do this fascist grab, it's going to be about grabbing all the people on the no-fly list. They plan on grabbing more than 1 million Americans and locking them up. It's everybody on the no-fly list. Now, the reason why I bring that up with China and the COVID outbreak at the beginning and the piles of the phones is, which I can't find on the internet anymore. Imagine that one. But, you know, my version of internet is very different from everybody else's. They censor all sorts of stuff in regards to the internet and my ability to find things. They'll see me looking at a particular subject, and then what they'll do is they will get on my they will get on the quote internet here and have all the information that I could normally find in regards to that subject blocked. I'll try and research something, look at something, and it's like nothing. You know, that's how it stands out. impossible shit. So I'm just totally fucked with the entire time here and hampered, delayed. It takes 6 times longer on average for me to do something than it does for you. Take you 1 minute to do something on your phone or tablet, takes me 6. 10 minutes takes an hour. I've noted this consistently. Many times, I can waste as much time as I want and shit still doesn't work. I want to get back on track. They keep attacking me here, even off video, when I'm trying to collect my thoughts. So I want you to keep that in mind with the Chinese. I don't think it's unrealistic at all that the Chinese government purged part of its population during that COVID outbreak. They had those piles of phones, and I'm like, well, doesn't that mean they don't expect them to come back? And it looked just like a scene from Nazi Germany with all the Jews' shoes or suitcases and stuff all piled up. I mean, you couldn't help but be reminded of that. And you take a look at the Chinese government, I mean, they have kill vans. So instead of kill vans, my best bet is they just knocked off a whole bunch of citizens and used that for getting away with it. And that's what I want you to keep in mind, because I want you, as I describe things here, to look at where this is going to be in regards to a pandemic and all of the possibilities. What is the harsh, cold reality of this government if they are rounding people up to camps? What is the harsh, cold reality of this government if they are declaring forced vaccines? It will be like that. My point is, if you find it hard to believe, my best guess is it's already happened and most people were clueless about it. You get it? This fascist element within corporations and government here, and it's not just ours, it's there. This fascist element is here in the States and people in Europe. It's the Western nations. They have all signed on board for this fascist grab. It's why you see all of the woke stuff in all of these countries. That's about destabilizing the countries from within so that an overthrow is easier. And that is what this fascist grab is going to be about. And if you understand that, then you understand that this scenario with the Chinese, if it's the way that I think it is, you can very easily understand that that is an extremely real possibility for us. So let me get into it here. If you look at the business plot of 1933, it was the DuPonts, the Morgans, and the Remingtons, along with Prescott Bush, the Bush family. And they got exposed because a general didn't sign on board with them. They screwed up. And the whole thing was about a fascist grab here in America. They were going to have instant military, and they were going to get rid of, believe it or not, this is documented. But look at how this was all kept quiet. They were literally, part of the plan was to do a fascist grab and to kill, to murder non-desirables. Non-desirables was anybody who would be against them. If you understand, this is all the way from 1933. You ought to be very alarmed. My point is, this plan never went away. Oh no, they made sure it's going to work, and they got more people involved in it. Scare yourself. You should be very alarmed. This is the point. When this idea will work, they never got rid of it. This is how agents and agencies are. Why would they stop aiming for a plan that's guaranteed to work and to have guaranteed results? Oh, it didn't go away. They've been getting more people signed on board, and they've developed it more. That's what they've done. And they're about to implement it. This is where I'm going with all of this. So the point is, these people were not arrested, not thrown in jail, no, nothing. Instead, it was actually, it was kept quiet. And like it never happened. Yeah, these were people plotting the overthrow of goddamn America. Hello? And with a fascist regime. Hello? Next point is, they were looking at it in terms of money. They are looking at America as one great big plantation, and they're going to make us the serfs and the slaves. That is what they're looking at. Just like China and North Korea. Bunch of powerful big shots who rule the land while everybody else is starving and suffering and working for them. They were looking at it in terms of money. They still do. That's the entire point. They're looking at grabbing America so that they can become even richer and more powerful beyond their wildest imagination. Furthermore, people in Europe have signed on board with this also. I was in Germany and looking at prison camps, and they've got them all across Europe. Not in Germany, but it doesn't mean they won't ship people there. Hello? And again, same thing, sitting there empty. They are there for a reason, but nobody knows why. This is why. It's the business plot of 2024. Revised, updated, and renewed. And with a vengeance here. So this is what is coming. And that is what the gang stalking is about. This is one of the first things you learn. It gives so much power and control. You realize it's not accidental. You realize they're going to be doing this with everybody. It was one of the first things I realized. When you deal with gang stalking, you realize how much power and control they have. And one of the first couple of years I realized, well, this is going to grow and expand. This gives them total control of the population. And when you understand that, you understand that it's expanding every year, it's absorbing more people every year. Then you look at 911, that was one of the first things I realized. I was like, well, guaranteed gang stalking just exploded. And I looked at the no-fly list. All of a sudden, more than 1 million people on the no-fly list. That's impossible. They just redefined the label to fit good people. All those people are people who believe in democracy, who believe in the laws, who believe in the ideals of the country, leaders, and people with a positive impact. That is who is on the list, and it's more than 1 million. People they have labeled as a threat to their coming fascist system. And a lot of ex-military and special forces and stuff are on that list. They're looking at all the people who would be a problem for them down the road. Now, I'm looking at July 4th. As a false flag event where they grab all of the patriots and lock them up. You got that one? And based on how they are and what they are advertising. It's a very real possibility. And then I finally remembered, I was like, well, that sounds familiar. And then I remembered, well, William Cooper spoke about this. They have a plan for grabbing everybody on July 4th when they're relaxed and all drunk and at home sleeping off their hangovers and stuff, and then they just go grab everybody. You get it? It's a military overthrow, really. This is what we're speaking about. It's a fascist grab. This will be done in terms of military strategy. This is why you hear stories about bases being probed and soldiers are being spied on and stuff. Those are people who have been identified as a threat to this coming fascist system. That is where everybody from alternative media is as well. Once they remove you with cyber attacks and an AI censorship system, they're going to target all of you. That was the entire point of Julian Assange. Hello? Take a look. You're going to be living my life, whether you believe it or not. Most of you can't handle it. It scares you too much. You want to believe somehow I'm wrong and I'm reading my life into the future here. No, that totally fits how they've lied about my psychology, but there's no truth to it at all. Furthermore, I've pointed it out. If you can analyze reality, you can understand that is exactly the circumstances of alternative media here. You should be so lucky that it's all in my head. It isn't. That's the entire point. You can analyze reality and understand what I'm speaking is real and true. You guys are slated for being removed and then afterwards being targeted heavily. It's one of the reasons why I said if you think I've got nothing to offer here, then there's something wrong with your perceptions, because literally you're not analyzing what is there in front of your face in the news all of the time. It is this fascist system. Conspiracy theorists, that label came out in 2019. Guaranteed they already had it going all the way back to 9/11. Conspiracy theorist, domestic terrorist. It's not a coincidence. Then we have COVID. Everybody labeled conspiracy theorists. It means they were labeled a domestic terrorist. Furthermore, you see, it's all the Western countries. They're all signed up for this fascist grab. And the point is, it's not just about alternative media. Most certainly is not just about me here. That's the entire point. What is happening to me is about to happen to all sorts of people. This gang stalking is their network of control here. With the coming population and the fascist system they have set up. What are they advertising all the time in the news? They're going to be grabbing politicians also. What do you think the example is with Trump here? They are guaranteed they're going to lock him up. This is not about democracy. This is about the fascist system and them implementing it and putting it into place. They are out of the closet with it. Nothing that Trump, Alex, or me are experiencing is about democracy, is it? It's about fascism. That is what it's about. That is why you see that Steve Bannon locked up again, arrested again. That is what it's about. They are sending a signal here. This is what is coming, and this is how it is always going to be. So it won't be just alternative media. It's going to be politicians and shitloads of citizens. That's who it's going to be. Everybody who is a leader and a potential threat. And it turns out we've got paid UN soldiers on the ground here. Gee, I wonder what that's for. We've got kill squads and units from other countries who have clearly come in. I saw that one group of Syrians on InfoWars. That looked like obviously a trained team. So, guaranteed special forces. It wouldn't surprise me a damn bit. And what are they all being imported for? That's all mercenaries for taking out America. They're going to get rid of all of the top leadership. It's going to be a violent grab and purge. They have done this with 1 million Americans. It's going to have a chilling effect on the rest of the population. Furthermore, how do you think it's going to be for the police and military? You do this or else you're labeled one of them. Holy shit. How do you think that one's going to work out? Bunch of people scared shitless going along and doing it anyhow. That's the point. This is what was planned in 1933. I've got to ask you, Alex, and you, Patrick, do you think that plan ever went away when it gives them total power and control? These are psychopaths. They want America as their plantation. Of course the plan never went away. Actually, what happened was the FBI was pursuing this group from country to country, continent to continent, and finally in 1951 they stopped their pursuit. That makes no goddamn sense. It's much more likely somebody reached within government and had it shut down. I spoke about this in the one video I can't put up. I'll screen record pieces of it and include it here at the end. Whole story to J. Edgar Hoover here. But the point is, that plan and that group was always still out there. They didn't go away. Are you kidding? They've been drooling and waiting the entire time. They're going to do it. You know, if people don't wake up here, it's going to be worse. It's one of the reasons why my messages have got to come out. I don't think we're going to be able to change things here, but at least I can wake people up and brace them for impact. This is the point right here where a lot of Jews fled Germany. They saw what was happening, and they left before the total grab happened. And I need some help here. I choose not to have the experience. The FBI is trying to choose it for me. Not a coincidence. What is right and wrong here? How much sense? They're selling everybody the stalking. He's getting himself held in. It's a bunch of bullshit. More than $60 million spent. 30 years of my life. Hello? All the shit done to my family, which is what the book is about. Nothing but miles of it. And furthermore, it's from calendars and journal entries. Hello? Nothing but miles of shit done here. And they've been stabbing me in the back, holding me in. Where's the stalking? There's no stalking. That's all imaginary. How about right here? So, but you take a look. This plan is happening. What do you hear about all of the time in the news? Nazis. I think one more just got nominated or something. I just heard a story not too long ago. They're advertising their coming regime here. And once they do that, it's game over. They are a threat to Russia. They are a threat to world peace. They are a threat to citizens. Strangely enough, they view their own populations as an enemy. Hello? How do you think that one works out in regards to God? God's going to put his foot down. The one I get, I've told the FBI over and over, I'm getting out of the country and you're going to stay here and burn. That is what is coming for America. Tons of people are starting to have visions now about this. They've been having them. America is going to be destroyed. It's based on God's laws. What do you think Hollywood is? That is the new Sodom and Gomorrah. Give me a break. That is Satanic Central. You think that is not slated for being removed? Oh, who are you kidding? God writes the script here. Point is, the evil of this country has exceeded its limit. And it's on the people to prevent these people from succeeding. But take a look at the population here. Everybody is clueless. I can't get the alternative media to wake up for the sake of their own asses. That is where I've been frustrated and angry with alternative media. Hello? But they've been hijacking me in videos. How do you think I am? I've got control of my temper here. I'm not brimming with anger. Is the truth of it. I'm not angry at all. I can get angry. When I think about it, at times I do. But I'm not dependent on everybody here for getting my name out. It's going to happen anyhow. One way or another. I will hire a lawyer to approach small YouTubers and tell them what my circumstances are and that the FBI are lying through their teeth. I will do that if that's what it takes to get interviews. You want proof that they're lying through their teeth? How much sense does it make that I would be committing conspiracy against government with this technology on me? It is an absurd, extreme lie, which everybody has believed. They're selling extreme lies. This is also where I get angry. You're not speaking with me based on just absolutely insane, absurd, made-up shit here. You go, well, it looks that way. That's because they told you that's how I am. It's got nothing to do with where I'm coming from. To top it off, they are affecting me so that I look the way that they say. How many fucking times do you think I do videos here? You got no idea. I just get affected over and over and over. Then I go to edit the video. They affect me all over again, get me to leave in the special effects. There's nothing I can do about it. That is reality, whether I like it or not. My point is, I deal with all of this shit calm, cool, and collect. The reality is I'm on an agency kill list now. And what do you see me doing? Trying to get interviews. What is my message? What are my messages? They're all positive. They're all good. Who created the circumstances here? Only one of us is telling the truth, and it's not the FBI. Furthermore, how much sense do your own viewpoints make if you're believing the FBI here? Take a look. How stupid is anybody? If that, when you look at it from that viewpoint, this could be ended. I'd just go along with the show. We'd be all finished. But that's not actually how it is. I've given them every opportunity for getting this ended, and they haven't done it. Instead, what they've done is they fucked me harder. They are just lying backstabbers. Take a look at how absurd the things they are selling are. It's that simple. So getting back to this business plot, the business plot of 2024, Trump cannot win. What's the first thing he's going to do? He's going to restore oil. Prices are going to drop. Oh, that totally fucks the elite. That right there. People are going to have more faith in the dollar again. Again, that fucks the elite. And then everybody's going to want the bad guys here. So when you add it all up, that means guaranteed Trump will not win. It's guaranteed he will be put in prison. You get it? And there's some law out there now. If somebody is a president and convicted of a felony, then they get no Secret Service detail. Gee, I wonder what that's about. That's about getting rid of them. That's about killing them. That's the point. It's this fascist system controlling everything. Therefore, Trump will be locked up. But my point is they have to make sure that at all costs, Trump does not succeed. It's guaranteed that he will not, because they've got plans. They have to make sure he does not win. Even Harari said this. I was saying this first in writing about this. I don't know if I wrote about it in the book, but I was saying this first at least. And then Harari said, if Trump wins, it's finished for the elite. This is why. He totally fucks up their plans. They've got everything planned in order. If he wins, he totally fucks them up. They've got to worry about their own asses at that point. So there's one point. Next point. It's guaranteed cyber attacks because just the same as they want Trump out of the picture, they want the alternative media out of the picture. In terms of chess, you are there on the board, and you are preventing them from getting what they want. So they've come up with this idea of cyber attacks, and that is all about eliminating the alternative media. Once they've eliminated alternative media, nobody has a voice. There will not even be alternate ideas out there. You get it? Then you've got to look at how do they view alternative media in regards to targets. They are high-profile targets. They're not just targets. They are high-profile targets. And then take a look at the absurd lies people are believing about me without even getting to know me. You got that one? Your homies here know you are about to be fucked here and targeted heavily by agencies, most from alternative media. And, you should not be using the German method of homie to homie. These people are fucking you, whether you realize it or not. Preventing my messages from coming out is all about fucking, it's all about their own asses here. They're going to be naked as jaybirds, balls to walls, obvious and guilty beyond belief, and it's going to stand out in neon for the rest of the world. That's what they're worried about. But because of it, the public here is going to get fucked, and alternative media. Quite frankly, my messages coming out will seriously dent a lot of their plans here. And so at the end of it all, everybody is fucking themselves by going along with the FBI. What are the fruits of the FBI? Evil. You are engaging with them and going along with them. Your fruits play out as evil, whether you realize it or not. That comes back and comes back at you later. That's the way that works. That's divine law. So that is why I said to these agents, it's stupid as shit. They literally affected me with technology anger in regards to them. I said, that's stupid as shit. You affected me with them and made me all angry at them. And this is why. There's no point in wasting my time getting angry with that individual in particular. And the reality is I'm not. I'm like, you were going to be finding out anyhow. You got it? That's a statement of fact. That is God coming right out of my fucking mouth. If my message does not get out, everybody is going to get caught with their pants down in regards to all of this. Everybody keeps talking about, well, I feel like there's something bad's going to happen. Yeah, you're picking up on all of the cue cards subconsciously. You've done the math. But you're not consciously doing it. That is what I am doing for everybody else here. Yeah, it's going to be a violent fascist grab. That is what those camps were always for. It's not going to be a few hundred. I heard Alex say it's going to be a few hundred. You're off by a million miles. Quite literally, you are off by a million people. They are going to get everybody. Leo Zagami, years and years ago, Forerunner 777 at YouTube. He's a preacher now, I think. He was interviewing Leo. Leo was talking about, yeah, they're going to be Satanist kill squads. They got lists of people for murdering. Hello? And that's just the satanic covens here. That's not the UN and kill squads from Syria and all these other countries. Hello? And you can know it's the elite because it's such a weird mix of people and assassins and mercenaries who have come into this country, yet they're all working together. Imagine that one. Look at the real evil. They're importing kids and women. And then they're disappearing. They're murdering and raping them and doing God only knows what to them. Snuff films and torture and just beyond your wildest nightmares. And while they're doing that, they're also importing all the killers for killing us right down the road here. Possibly July 4th. I need somebody interviewing me. I can wake the public up to all sorts of shit here. At the very least, you ought to be doing it for your own asses. That's the one where, again, I get angry and frustrated. How fucking stupid is anybody? You can't analyze your own circumstances here? This is bare basic agency shit. The dum-dum stuff. And everybody's in denial of what I've pointed out. Hello? How stupid is anybody? Oh, well, it's stalking and this and that. You're off in outer space. That has nothing to do with what is going on here with the FBI, the CIA, German agencies, and me. That is all a goddamn lie. It is a distraction and misdirection. You tell me, how much sense does any of this make that is still going on in the first place? You can't measure through the eyes of God? How about common sense? See, that's me. I get angry. Think I'm going to hold it in for everybody here while they perform like just a bunch of clueless jackasses? Oh, forget it. You can be adults here. Strangely enough, I get angry for a reason. This is all coming. It's all over the place. I'm looking at stories about people from military being monitored. Hello? They don't know what the fuck's going on. Clearly, they're under surveillance and they know it. Bases are being probed. Hello? Non-stop talk about Nazis and stuff. That's because that's their new system and those are their heroes. Get it? Do you see democracy working here for Trump and Alex and everybody else? Hello? What about me? Everybody seems to think you're a million miles from my shoes. Not if you're from alternative media. You're far closer than you know. Currently, it's just a piece of paper separating me and you here. That's how thin the veil is for you on that one. But man, when you find out the truth of your circumstances, you're going to wish you had listened and that you had interviewed me. Everybody needs to be awake to this. It is a big fascist grab coming. You know, And they want to go after Iran. We're looking at world war, a nuclear exchange with Russia. And as far as they're concerned, it all fits their plans. They're just doing what they want. We can do what we want because we have power. Actually, next year, it'll be the end of America if Trump doesn't win. And they've been doing this decade by decade. That was the point of my book, A Logical Guide to Seeing and Understanding Corrupt Politicians. I show all the different pieces and how it connects for an end goal. And stalking and this technology are one key component to it. I checked the laws and the papers after 9/11. And the one thing that was clear to me is that more people than ever qualified for the counterintelligence program. Technically, it's hidden and off the books, but of course it is not. And what I realize is that more people than ever qualify for the counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO. And I knew that from that, more people were going to be put into gang stalking. You end up with COINTELPRO first. The next step from COINTELPRO is gang stalking. The reason why people like Paul Joseph Watson and Russell Brand, as two examples here, are not dealing with the gang stalking is because they are public figures with a large audience and voice and platforms. That is what protects them. Because it's all extremely illegal and they don't want a spotlight on it. But once that is removed, they will be dealing with gang stalking. And no doubt this technology. That's a statement of fact. You can know they're already agency targets based on their experiences. It's that simple. The point is, this is coming for everybody. They plan on locking up and murdering all sorts of people here that are on a threat list. That threat list is good people who are in the way of this corrupt system. And once they do this, it's going to have a chilling effect on the rest of the population. And how it'll be, I think, is they're going to grab the cities. It'll be gun-to-gun, door-to-door gun confiscation, and they're going to take the cities. And I think it'll be civil war everywhere else out in the countryside and stuff. You get it? Fucking with me, hang on. What'll happen is it's all going to result in chaos. So there will be civil war. And really, we're looking at the destruction of our country this year. And I just don't, minus public awareness, we've got no chance at all. And I see everybody is clueless as to what is coming. What I speak about is not what people want to hear. It's what they need to hear. You get it? This is why people can feel it and they sense it. But they've got no idea. And then you take a look at all of these elite operatives in Antifa and stuff. It'll be a color revolution while the government is all these people going along with government grabbing the bad guys. And those bad guys will actually be patriots. But you see, they're going to have all the woke people signed on board. And then the entire infrastructure of gang stalking is going to be activated. They're going to be targeting all sorts of people. It's going to be a field day. It's going to be like chum in the water with a whole bunch of sharks. Everybody's going to get to shine and be big boys and girls for government, and a pat on the back and a pat on the head. They're going to grab a whole bunch of people, kill off a bunch of people, and it'll be Antifa, these groups, these operatives, Color Revolution, all in support, by the way. Everybody who is not woke. So, quite literally, the majority of the population is going to be targeted by a minority of the population. Don't kid yourself. Most people are are not, nobody wants what they want to do with this country. Most do not. So what it gets down to is, quite literally, it'll be a smaller percentage of the population who are narcissistic and, bad people and non-thinking people who will be supporting the government as it goes around doing this shit. You get it? And they'll take the key cities. A lot of these cities have already been run into the ground. But they'll take all of the key cities, no doubt about it. It's going to be like, what's that, the Hunger Games with the cities, that's how it'll be. And then it'll be civil war out in the countryside and stuff. If you look at prophecies, it's all throughout there. The blood of the saints, that's going to be, among others, people from alternative media here. When they do this grab, they will be executing very many people. In regards to many, they'll be making a public example to create a chilling effect. You get it? David Icke, all that is, and then off with his head. What kind of effect do you think that's going to have on the British? Hello? It'll be Alex Jones and his family, a Ruby Ridge thing. Yeah, people will be angry as shit, but they're also going to be scared as shit. So how many people will have to die and be executed before people respond? So there are all sorts of possibilities here. But key thing is Israel and Iran here, shit with Russia, and what they want, it's guaranteed there will be no Trump winning, it's guaranteed AI censorship, and it is guaranteed, they just bumped it out, hang on, but there's one more thing here that's guaranteed. They're blocking it, but when this system comes, all of these people on the no-fly list, this is the point, they are identified by law as threats to the government. So when this fascist system comes, they're going to be enforcing their fascist laws. You get it? It's no longer just reserved for the few. Oh no, they're going after everybody. Oh yeah, it's guaranteed martial law. Those are the three things that have to happen. Have to, from the other side here. Has to be Trump loses, has to be martial law. Here they go again, blocking. Yeah, I just named this point. Trump loses, martial law, and cyber attacks. And it's not cyber attacks in and of itself, it's the result of it. AI, internet censorship system. Those are the three things which are guaranteed to happen, because those are the three elements they need for this fascist system to come into place. You get it? Now, what do we have prepared for them doing? What do we have prepared on our side in regards to the internet censorship system? Nothing. What do we have prepared in regards to the election being stolen from Trump? Well, it depends on what they do, but my best bet is nothing. They're going to lock them up, and that in and of itself is bullshit. As long as we keep putting up with it, they're going to keep doing more and getting heavier. That is the point. They are encouraged. There's no cause and effect. There is no consequences. That's where me and agencies are at now. They fucked up for the last 22 years, mislabeled me, and now they have consequences because instead of cleaning their shit up, they just decided to be arrogant about everything. No, now you have consequences. We have more than 300 million Americans, and not one of them has gone after these corrupt politicians. Nobody's taken them to court. Nobody has even, it's blatantly obvious. A lot of these people are working for the Chinese. They're taking money from the Chinese. There is nothing being brought up in regards to the corrupt politicians and their links with foreign governments here. No, nothing. And the way I view it is the Americans with money, unfortunately, it's on them to do some of the fighting and cleaning up here because the agencies are all corrupt. If they want their country staying the way that it is, that's what they've got to do. So I look at this from God's law as well. By doing nothing, you actually take part in the evil. It's the same thing here with me. It's cause and effect. It's God's law. What I have to offer for everybody is positive. What happens as a result of not interviewing me is negative. It's real simple. The one that I get from this gang stalking that you do not, I've watched this progress the entire time. I've always known the final destination here. We're at it. That's the point. I am the canary in the coal mine. The whole entire point of agencies here is they target their own people. That is the entire point. They view you all as targets. You understand? And then take a look at the shit they're selling about me. I am also a target. From their point of view right now, I am officially a whistleblower. I am going to expose all of their fucking dirt here in regards to me and my family and their mistakes. They've brought that on themselves because they have power and this technology. They're just misusing their power and the technology here for getting away with what they want. Doesn't make them right. Doesn't mean they don't have something to worry about. If you interview me, it's game over for them. So I could use some help, and that is why I am appealing to you, Patrick, and Alex. Especially you, Alex, because it looks like InfoWars might get shut down. My book should be done in a few weeks. In fact, I've got to contact them here, because they'll always screw around with my book people. Tell them, take your time, or put some deliberate mistakes in, this and that. Then they affect me when I look for mistakes, don't even notice shit, on and on. You know, people are clueless about how they get played and used here. So I've got to contact him, see where he's at with the book. But it should be finished in, 2 or 3 weeks here. And in the meantime, I'll send the file off to you guys today. I got to find out how to get in touch with you, Patrick. One of your aides sent me some link or something, so I'll check that out. And in regards to you, Alex, I'll just send you the raw book file. I'll do that today also. So I got a shower. I want to go to the coffee shop, and I guess that's where I'll do that. I think I'm finished. I feel like I've missed all sorts of points. This election is guaranteed civil war. You have to understand they want martial law. So they are going one way or another, they're going to create a circumstance for having martial law. When they have martial law, this fascist system is in, and they are going to, you thought it was bad with Biden before and the FBI, forget it. They are going after everybody. That was the point of people from January 6th. When they put this system in, it's going to be the extreme laws for everybody. You understand? So I need some help. And then I've got my own family to think of once I get out of the country. Because shit's going to hit the fan in Germany also. Prophecies I've looked at, 2 bloody, extremely bloody civil wars in Germany. And this is going to happen in just the next couple of years. Next few. And I think what they kick off here, I don't know if it's going to happen the same time in Europe. I do not know. If they do, then it'll have to be something which threatens Europeans and America at the same time. I don't know what they have planned for a fascist grab in Europe. But they do have the camps there, and it is all set up. So I don't know how, could be a cyber attack by Iran, and, that could be both European nations and America. So then we got to have the censorship system. So then they're just going to knock off the alternative media. And then we end up with the circumstances for martial law later. It could be something that just gives them everything at once. War, martial law. That's the other end of it. they're not actually following the laws. But once they get the martial law, they're never giving it back. And that's when they're going to eliminate everybody, like the Chinese with their own people. And everybody is picking up on all the different pieces here subconsciously. They've already connected those dots, but they're not doing it consciously, and that has to do with fear. I'm the person here with the hard, cold facts. It's not what people want to hear, but it's what everybody needs to hear. Are we all clear? I'm not interested in popularity at this point. Take a look at what's been done to my life. People believe just the worst extreme lies about me in the first place. So, I'll end with that. I feel like I'm missing points, but I'll add clips from this one video that I can't edit. I go into J. Edgar Hoover. I had a picture of him sucking on a dick. Yes, it was a real photo. Yes, the FBI stole it. This is from 30 years ago. I get into that, the points it proves, and where I'm not affected heavily, I'll include clips from that video. And yes, you heard me correctly. I'm just nonchalant about it. You guys are like, what, right? Yeah, I'm sure I missed points here. But it's going to be that. The color revolution will be in support of the corrupt government. Quite literally, it'll be the fascist system, and it'll be a color revolution, Antifa and everybody supporting the hostile fascist takeover by the government, because they themselves are government. And there will be no alternative media. It'll be nonstop propaganda. And all MAGA people are the bad guys. All patriots are the bad guys. And can you imagine? They're going to be hunting everybody who is good. You got it? And that's going to be the actual civil war. It's going to be a war between evil and good here. And they want all the woke shitheads with them, supporting them, the corrupt fascist system here, and for helping target everybody else. That is what is coming. That is Book of Revelation. That is the blood of the saints. And many other prophecies. Prophecies of Nostradamus as well. You have to understand how I look at things here. I look at it in terms of timelines. The elite are trying to create and insert a timeline based on the laws of creation. They understand how reality works here, and they're trying to manipulate God's laws for creating what they want, even though it's to the detriment of everybody and a violation of will. All the way around, it's wrong. But they are trying to create this and implement it and make it reality. I, on the other hand, see it for what it is, and I see this as a timeline that I do not want. I'm forced into these circumstances. I mean, if I were comfortable living down south of the equator, I'd already made it. I'd just be like, well, everybody else has got to figure it out. That's not my circumstances. These are my shoes, and I do the best I can, just like I always do. But the point is, if my message gets out, then there's a chance of being able to alter the timelines they want to create. That is what this shit is about. It's why in Day Thief I brought up the Antichrist. They're going to take a psychopath and pass him off as a saint and use this remote neural monitoring for creating fake miracles and getting away with it. That seems really far out and far away. It's not. This fascist system is happening this year. That is why Nostradamus said the Antichrist is going to make Hitler look like a baby in comparison, a toddler. Because it's going to be this fascist system with a psychopath ruling it. It's going to be at least as bad as North Korea. Hello? So it seems far away, but I guarantee you it is not. It's going to happen in the twinkle of your eyes here. You will blink and it'll be here. And everybody has their pants down, just like it states in prophecies. I understand the prophecies. I understand how the nature of reality here, how this shit works. I've been all the way beyond the belly of the beast in regards to corruption and agents and agencies and the elite here. And I'm telling you, it's coming. And this is how it's going to happen. So I would appreciate some help here. I will be taking the videos down once somebody agrees to help. All the agency shit will be down. I'll leave the videos up about the elite, but all the agency shit I'll take down before interviews. Once I do interviews, I'll not be bringing up particular agency murders and stuff. Won't be doing it. And, they've labeled me a threat, but I'm not going to be crossing certain lines here in interviews. And then I see what they do after I've done interviews and moved out of the country. I'm predicting there's going to be no America left. That is what I am predicting. When that is the case, I'm not really going to have a lot left to worry about in regards to the CIA and gang stalking here. As I communicated to the FBI, well, it sucks to be the CIA. If America gets destroyed here, they're not really going to have anybody standing behind them anymore. And they're going to be persona non grata and living in foreign lands. Hello? And from your all's end, it's real simple. What's right and what is wrong here. Everything about the stalking, it's all bullshit. The very things they're selling you, they're lying about. They're deliberately holding me in, misusing technology for doing it, and lying about it. They're lying about everything here. Lying about my psychology. Posing me as a flake, and on and on. It's got nothing to do with real life right here, right now, and what is going on, the information I am trying to get out, and what I am trying to do with my life here. So it's real simple. If you remove the element of the FBI, would you be interviewing me? A lot of people would have interviewed me, minus the FBI. So what is the one common denominator? The FBI here. And where are they? In the middle, where they control all the information. That's why they don't want people speaking with me, because very quickly, as you get to know me, you'll realize you were lied to. That's one more key point they're worried about. So, all right, that's it for the video. I want to get going here.